and preparing for battle. Each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. Greetings, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sideline. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaking out. You take a look at the Knicks. As the season continues to ramp up, they've secured the 7th spot. And of course, there are the Hornets, currently a ways below. A look at the starting group for Baltimore. They've got Knipple. Stephen Curry is out there with LaMelo Ball. And it's Diabate in at the center position. And for New York, we've got Edwards. Jalen Brunson is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the 5 down low. Well, Grant, we've got a treat tonight. These are two of the best offenses in the league.
Yeah, B.A., you know, one thing they have in common, they make smart decisions with the ball. And, of course, they know how and when to attack. I think we'll get some high IQ hoops here tonight.
Now here's Ball. To the middle. Here's Wilson, and he dunks it down.
A true playmaker. When Ball isn't creating for himself, he's creating for others.
Outside Edwards. Down low. Here's Towns. Diabate grabs the board. And here's Baltimore now. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Mike Brown had a few moments to share with me. I asked him about keys to the game, and he said all roads lead to Steph Curry, in particular, his movement off ball. Coach said even when you try to switch, he finds little pockets of space, then he uses that quick trigger to beat closeouts. It's never an easy matchup. Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you. With the step back. Outside Edwards. Kicks it out Towns. And out of bounds. Baltimore will have it.
That's a real brain fade right there. A mental error, and it cost them a possession.
For Baltimore, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Well, you look at how the Knicks built this team, Clark. Some astute all-in trades.
Yeah, you know, New York spent years, B.A., building their draft assets. They cashed them in on some all-star level guys, and we're seeing the fruit of that kind of work. One of the all-time shooting bigs. Towns is a marksman from deep.
Bridges against Curry. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Now here's Bridges. His last outing, he had 20.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
They set the pick. Curry against Brunson. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. The Knicks have gone 1 for 3 so far. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns.
Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
Baltimore has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Ball looks over the floor. Here's Wilson. Shot clock at 6. Baltimore needs to get off the shot here. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. New York has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Ball against Brunson. Pass to Anunoby. Right side Edwards. Shot clock at 5. New York needs to get off a shot here. Brunson misses. For Baltimore, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Here's Knipple. Anunoby covering. Pass to Wilson. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Wilson's got his second bucket of the night. Knicks trail by 3. Brunson passes to Edwards. Back to Brunson. Good. The assist goes to Edwards.
Doesn't matter which hand he uses, Brunson is an excellent finisher around the rim.
Curry against Bridges. Curry, no good. And so Anunoby will bring it up for New York. Wherever OG Anunoby goes, his teams win a lot of games, Clark.
Yeah, you think about his second season. I mean, BA, part of the 2019 Raptors title squad was Anunoby. I mean, his defense is superb, and it affects winning in a big-time way.
Now here's Curry. Still without a bucket. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Strong effort that time, producing the best look possible.
Now here's Edwards. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Here for New York. And while we can, let's see which teams have been running the league's most efficient offenses. Number one, the Hornets.
The smart offensive moves this team makes helps them open up the floor and find great looks. That's how they've secured such an impressive shooting percentage.
Bagley sets a screen. The score now all even.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Pass to Newell. The three. Rebounded by Pippen. For New York, they've gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Drives to the hoop. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
And by looking at his true shooting percentage over the last 5 games, you can see how much he's paying attention to his shot selection, and it's showing.
That free throw misses. And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. The Hornets have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. Screen by Robinson. Newell from outside. Rebounded by Pippen. New York has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Offensive rebound. Carney passes to Lanier. 6 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Gets the 3 to fall.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Outside Mitchell. And they call an illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
New York making a switch here. Towns is checked in. Bagley passes to Lanier. Bagley, a screen on Dort. Back to Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
He may not be the biggest center in the league, but he sure can jump.
And it's Mitchell penetrating, and he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot. Baltimore shooting their first free throws of the night.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
That free throw is good from Mitchell. Both free throws good from Mitchell.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Pass to Towns. Puts up a deep 3. The shot no good. That shot no good. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. New York out in front. They lead by 4. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Knicks leading by 4. Marvin Bagley is out there with Karl-Anthony Towns. Then it's Scottie Pippen, and it's Lanier in at the small forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Towns getting it done under the hoop.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Passes to Law. Sends it home from three-point land. Salon, he's got his first 3 points of the game. During his career, we've seen LaMelo Ball score from just about everywhere.
Yeah, you know, he's really a talented player. I mean, he can make it hard on any defense. He's always in motion, and he knows what to do when he catches the basketball. He's unpredictable in how he goes about it. He's a hard cover for sure.
To the inside, Newell. And he
Last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Most NBA defenses bringing help from that weak side corner. That opens up offenses for the weak side crash, Clark.
Yep, if I was still playing BA, I would make way on that offensive glass board, wreaking havoc on the boards. Extra opportunities aplenty the way the game is played now.
Towns finds Brunson. Back to Towns. This one for 3. And it's Baltimore with a rebound. They come into this one following a loss to Brooklyn.
It's a fine line between playing with urgency and being out of control. And they cross that line.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, they seem to be forcing things out there, trying too hard, pressing. When you do that, the turnovers pile up quickly.
Baltimore working the ball around now. Dort, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Boozer, 5 to shoot. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Brunson. Takes it inside, and Boozer gets it to go.
Well, that's the goal of pick and roll. Get that separation you need.
And Brunson's got the ball here for the Knicks, coming off that win against the Sixers.
It was a lockdown effort defensively, contesting shots and really protecting the painted area.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit, getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
And Baltimore has possession after New York picked up the 3 with their last shot. Pass to Anunoby. Three-pointer, Bridges. That shot off. Baltimore has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Antetokounmpo for 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you. OG Anunoby is so disruptive. He's led the league in steals. And he said, I want to be the defensive player of the year. I've always thought I was the best defender in the league. I'm athletic enough, strong enough, and smart enough to defend every single position. Guys, back to you.
Very confident. Thanks much for the report, Allie.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And Baltimore calls timeout here. And the Knicks making a change here. Edwards is checked in. All right, let's take a look at the leaderboard and see the small forwards who have been picking the most pockets this season. 5th is OG Anunoby.
And if you're an opposing small forward, this might also double as a list of the most irritating players in the league. Because when you tackle them head-to-head, it's on.
They are an elite group of defenders. I mean, they don't just make it difficult for opposing small forwards. they pester entire teams with their activity, jumping in the passing lanes, being active with their hands and feet. Very impressive defensively.
Now here's Anunoby. 14 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And he played cat and mouse with the defense, baiting them into fouls, working himself to the line.
It's hard to find a more impactful player in a complementary role than OG Anunoby.
Yeah, you're speaking facts right there. He's a switchable defender. Offensively, he's at his best spotting up, and he can attack in transition effectively. I mean, I think he's the kind of player that not only does every team want, he's the kind of guy that every team needs.
Baltimore making a switch here. Allen's checked in from deep. Mitchell, and it's New York with a rebound.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
And that one's good. Bagley.
Once he saw the smaller defender guarding him, he took it right to the rack.
Allen with a screen on Bagley. Pass to Allen. Fires for three. Knocks down the triple.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
New York leading by 3. Bridges passes to Anunoby. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And here's Knipple from the arc. And it's Bagley with a rebound. New York has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Bagley, a screen on Mitchell to the paint. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Crafty pass there from Brunson. The guy just makes plays.
Curry surveys. Fires from the wing. That one falls. Curry's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Knicks out in front, leading by 3. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Karl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Karl.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. You're thinking about the shot. You almost had it. Let's hear it for the participants.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. Right now, the New York Knicks are providing quite an entertaining and close game.
They've been playing very unselfish. I'm telling you, these guys are feeding off the ball movement, and as a basketball fan, it's wonderful to watch that.
Yeah, no Tyler Ball from them. That's why they're getting the good looks. Get it, Tyler Hero?
Tyler Ball, Hero Ball.
I knew you would understand, Ernie.
Now it's time to check in on how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
Some great options in there. In fact, these guys might compete for all-star spot for the next few years.
That's a big leap, Kenny. 1 or 2 of them, maybe, but most guys don't ever get to that level.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. You have to like what we're seeing from Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. On the court for the Hornets, we've got Mitchell Robinson Stephen Curry is out there with ball. Then it's Knipple, and it's Wilson in at the power forward position.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
They set the pick. Fires the three. And Anunoby pulls it down. Anunoby's got 4 rebounds now. Edwards finds Anunoby. Now Bridges. Pass to Towns. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Beyond the arc. And the three-pointer goes.
He drops yet another dive. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, hey, they've been clearly the better team.
The three from Curry. Curry splashes it in.
This is how competitive Curry is. He's got a great competitive spirit. You drain a three on him, guess what? He's looking to come right back at you.
Inside, here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Curry, no good.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively, and that's having a ripple effect.
New York working the ball around now. Anunoby passes to Edwards. Chalk up 2 there. And now a 9-point New York lead.
That would be 4 in a row for them now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Brunson against ball. Back to Robinson. Over to the wing. And here's Knipple from the arc. It's rebounded by New York.
Since halftime, they've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Still trying to get their legs under them. And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
The three from Curry. It's not going to go for him.
He's off his game right now, trying to find a groove.
No doubt, Stephen Curry is the best shooter of all time. Talk about what makes him special, Grant.
Well, B.A., he can hit shots under the most difficult circumstances, off balance, with only a sliver of daylight. And this is why teams often choose to double him the moment he crosses half court.
And Baltimore calls timeout here.
Knicks lead 41-29. Timeout away team. Get ready, everyone. You see it.
A group of teams that love to run. The NBA leaders in fast break scoring. Number 1, the Hornets.
This squad loves to run. Their coaches allow them to play quick, free basketball, and it shows up in their fast break points.
Mitchell against Brunson. Again the miss by Baltimore. Knicks leading by 12. Left side, Edwards. Pass to Towns. Over Mitchell. And that one comes up a bit short.
Look, it's real simple. It's a make or miss league, and he just missed it.
And out of bounds, the Knicks will take it. And here's the upcoming schedule for the New York Knicks. On Wednesday, they'll take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Sacramento Kings. And then on Friday, they'll be taking on Nikola Jokic and the Golden State Warriors.
And you know, for that matchup with the Warriors, they're going to have to play flawless in that one. An opponent like that will punish mistakes, but I wouldn't be shocked if they were able to win.
Connects from downtown.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Stallone. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot. Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit from deep. He buries it from 3. Mitchell's got 5 now.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And stolen by Bridges. Fast break, New York. On up the court. The kick out to Brunson from outside the arc. Sinks it from distance. 10 points for him.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Launches it. And again, it's Baltimore from deep.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
And Brunson's got the ball here for New York.
Timeout.
They led by as many as 18. And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Let me hear you, Knicks fans. Coming onto the court now is your Knicks.
1:11 left in the third quarter.
All right, fans, how about
Here's Carney to the right side. 6 to shoot. That one goes in. And the Knicks lead by 17.
Throughout the second half, they've achieved excellent efficiency on the offensive end.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
The Hornets shooting only 30% in the third quarter. The 3 from Ball. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Ball's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Unloads from 13. Newell pulls it in.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
Here's the pick. Pass to Salah. He gets it up. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the New York Knicks up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And they're deep. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served them up. Tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Karl-Anthony Towns is out there with Marvin Bagley. Then it's Scottie Pippen, and it's Lanier in at the 3. That's the 5 for New York right now. To the middle. Here's Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
You know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, you know, they've been tremendous, I think, when it comes to sharing the basketball. You know, getting guys involved on the plays and creating offensive opportunities for everybody. Equal opportunity offense is fun to watch.
We also got to highlight how on fire they've been from three-point land. They've continued to capitalize from beyond the arc in this one.
Mitchell misses. New York leading by 17. Driving inside, it's deflected, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good work defensively by Mitchell.
For him, it has not been a game to remember, but all they care about is that W.
With a step back. Second shot opportunity, and that one's good. Wilson.
Activity on the glass. That's a possession that could have gotten away from them.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And it's Baltimore with a rebound. They'll be hosting Toronto for their next one, and that's a 1-game homestand for the club. Here's Knipple. Pass to Wilson. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Brunson is checked in for New York. Diabate's checked in for Baltimore. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Mike Brown was just reviewing the plan with his team. He said, this is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up. He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
And Allie, thanks. Pass to Brunson. New York again, can't hit.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
And here's Knipple from the arc. Counted from distance. Knipple's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Gotta D him up better than that. He's simply too good from beyond the arc.
Towns up top, puts it up. New York again, can't hit.
Open midi right there. That's letting the defense off the hook when you don't cash in.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. Down low. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Towns can carry your offense in a way most guys can't. We've seen this movie before.
Out to the wing. The 3. And it's rebounded by Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. Beyond the arc. And he nails it.
1 this half, 2 for the game. Staying active from beyond the arc.
Timeout called, Hornets. Some changes for Baltimore. Stephen Curry comes in for Salon, and it's ball in for Mitchell. The Hornets have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Oh, off target from downtown. And it's Edwards with the ball for New York. Count it!
Yeah, relentless worker. Bridges so tough inside.
Baltimore has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the 4th. Stephen Curry! Ooh, rise and fire! 13-point lead. Outside Brunson. The 3 is in!
You got to get out on Brunson from there, or he's going to make it a long game.
Here's Wilson, guarded by Edwards. Here's Ball for 3. Oh, no good. Now the Knicks with it. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. Minute 32 left in the 4th quarter here. Not that time.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Knicks.
And it was dueling 3-pointers all night. A battle they won.
Both teams had the same plan. Win the game on the perimeter. So fun to watch.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
But they've got 2 more chances to get some revenge. The matchup doesn't favor them, but against a conference opponent, they're gonna battle hard.
And you know, against a conference opponent who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And propelling them to a solid win, it was a night of big plays for Karl-Anthony Towns.
He played big all night, relentless on the glass, just helping his team in the possession battle.
Brunson fires! Oh, can't hit the jumper. Ball with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Towns. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
Yeah, things are definitely working offensively. A balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
Bridges against Curry. From deep. Towns rips down the board. And so New York York takes this one by a big margin. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Karl-Anthony Towns.